Hi, Katie.
Hi, Steve.
Welcome back to Art Friends Coffee. In
Thank you. Thanks
today's,
for having me.
it's always a pleasure. In today's conversation, we'd just be interested to hear if you have any tips for those starting out on their artistic journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think first of all, I want to say that I'm always learning. I'm always trying to progress, and I feel being an artist is a continuing journey. So I
Yeah,
don't think there is a sort of end point when you get to the point of that sort of level of expertise. I suppose it's what you want from it. But I think in terms of if you're just starting out, that I think can feel quite overwhelming. If you've got a plan that you sort of want to be an artist, and what does that, I suppose it's what that looks like for you. um, I'm not a formally trained artist in terms of I don't have any formal qualifications in art. I am predominantly, well, I am self-taught. I have to say it was probably the one things that I was good at school, but it wasn't the career path that I sort of initially chose.
yeah,
Um, but it's always weaved through my life, so I've always taken note um, of colour, of how light impacts on things. I've always drawn, I've always sketched, I've always had a creative element in my life, and I've always tried to sort of bring that into sort of whatever I was doing.
yeah,
And I think that's really important. I think it's watch other artists, follow other artists, build your sort of community, and find your style, find your thing. And that might take some time, and that might also change over time as well.
yeah, yeah. It's an
Yeah,
evolution, isn't it? You're constantly evolving, and yeah,
completely.
yeah, yeah.
I think
It's
I,
interesting that, sorry,
no, 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 go
I
ahead.
was going to say it's interesting you mentioned about the drawing because
Yeah,
I think I agree with that. I think it's one of those skills that just doing it teaches you to look
yeah,
in a particular way, and it improves your looking skills. That might sound like a funny thing to say, but observing things is quite important. And at a personal level, I kind of think I should probably draw more. Just for me, I think it's a really important part of growth as an artist.
completely. And I think, do you know what? I think everybody should draw. I think we're so busy, aren't we, in our lives? We always have so much going on. We often don't stop and just look at things or
Yeah,
appreciate what's around us. And I think that's often where drawing can help in that, in terms of just being that really kind of quite mindful about whatever it is that you're drawing, and
yeah.
noticing details within that you wouldn't normally take the time to stop and notice.
Yeah, and I suppose the other thing is that you don't have to show it to anyone. You just do it for you.
Yeah. No, no, and yeah, absolutely. And I think um, we often feel like, don't we, I suppose, as artists, that we are producing something for a reason, be it to sell or to show, etc. But actually, that's not, in my mind, what art should be all about. There
Yeah,
is also something about how, what are you doing for you? What are you doing for yourself in terms of, there is that element of how you you weave that in, um, to your everyday, and drawing's really relaxing. I find it quite
I
relaxing
agree.
just to
Yeah,
stop and draw, or color. I think even as a child, I used to really love sort of just coloring things in. I think actually that is a really good way to really sort of think about, if you're adding color to things, sort of how that mimics sort of life, or allows again that what you're trying to sort of imitate, particularly if you're trying to sort of draw something.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. It's yeah, very helpful. Um, What about those artists that are kind of embarking on a trying to commercialize their work? What sort
Yeah.
of thoughts would you have for them?
Yes, that it's tricky, isn't it? Because I think if you're going into art as your full-time career, and ultimately that you need to be sort of earning money from it. Again, I think building that community is really important, and really understanding what your style is.
Yeah.
You aren't just promoting your art, you are promoting yourself as the artist. And I think have had conversations with other people before about the multitude of skills that you have to acquire once you
Yeah.
start painting, particularly if you want to then go on to be selling your art and working with galleries, for example, or working with the public who might want to buy it. So a social media presence, I think, is really important, but I think being really thoughtful about what you put on social media. So I think understanding what it is that the people that might buy your art want to see from you, and that obviously will be your art, but I do think it's important to also give snippets of bits of you, and that can feel really uncomfortable, particularly because I think for a lot of artists, we're happy. We
Yeah.
don't want to be in front of the camera. We want to be with the canvas, don't we, in our paints or whatever type of art we do.
Yeah. That's very true. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No, that's great. Really helpful. Hopefully there'll be someone out there that's that sort of seized by that and that resonates with them. Interesting for me to hear your views, and certainly a lot of that resonates with me. So yeah, if you're watching at home, I hope that was helpful to you. And Katy, thanks so much for joining us again. If you helpful to you at home, then please, as ever, consider giving us a subscribe on YouTube or a follow on Instagram. Until the next time, Katy, thank you. I'll see you soon.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.